Good evening, everyone. Before we get into the forecast tonight, I'd like to personally congratulate Adrienne Stein. Not only is she a great anchor here at WGME News 13, but she's also a great cookie decorator. In fact, this cookie right here, her cookie, took second place in the WGME cookie decorating contest this afternoon. Let's compare that to the Old Orchard Beach Christmas tree. Live look from our Old Orchard Beach pier cam this evening. A lot of detail in that cookie and a lot of detail out there in the Christmas tree at Old Orchard Beach. So a nice Christmas cookie right there for Adrian. Congratulations to her. All right, now to the serious stuff. We have a storm on the way. In fact, that Christmas tree at Old Orchard Beach is going to be rocking and rolling tomorrow afternoon. The wind should be gusting over 50 miles per hour. That should lead to scattered power outages. Before we get into the forecast as well, I want to show you a nice little beauty shot. This one coming in from the summit of Mount Washington. This snapped by a gentleman named Chris Harley. He's a South Portland resident, and he's also a student at Plymouth State University, a meteorology student at Plymouth State University. He's doing an internship up at the Mount Washington Observatory, and this is a nice photo of an undercast. We always talk about an overcast, clouds above us, right? Well, we have clouds below us in this picture. I would have liked to have seen more sunshine today down at ground level here, at sea level, I should say, but up on Mount Washington, no shortage of sunshine up there. A nice little deck of clouds below the summit. Notice a fair amount of snow and rime ice out there as well. So thank you to Chris for sending us that nice photo. Now to the serious stuff. Okay, we have a storm on the way for tomorrow. Wind advisories have been issued, areas in yellow. High wind warnings across the mid-coast and also down East Maine. A winter weather advisory has been issued for northern Franklin, Somerset County. I wouldn't be surprised if areas in Coos County, northern Oxford County get in on it as well. They'll get a respectable amount of snow as well. There will be spots upwards of around a half a foot of snow tomorrow afternoon. Here's the storm. It's a sizable storm. Look at this thing wind up. Area of low pressure right out here moving through the Midwest. A lot of snow on the north side through the Great Lakes. And there's a lot of snow on the west side right now through portions of Wisconsin, through Illinois and Indiana, Iowa. Gosh, what a mess out there. A lot of snow. Now, with a track like this, if you're a snow lover, you're not going to like this forecast because the storm is going to track right over us. With a track like that, you get that counterclockwise rotation around low pressure. That brings in a stiff east to southeasterly wind, and that is going to take place tomorrow. It's just too warm to support a big snowstorm. For a big snowstorm around here, I would like to see a track something like this, south of Cape Cod and out into the Gulf of Maine. That could hold on to the cold air just a little bit longer. That will not take place tomorrow, so it is a wind-driven rain for most towns. Speaking of wind, I want to show you the Buffkit profile. This is the North American model, initialized 7 o'clock this morning. Let's see here. This is like a timeline. You read it from right to left. This is 7 o'clock in the morning on Friday. This is 7 o'clock in the evening on Friday. You get the picture here. 7 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. Each one of these little dotted lines, different levels of the atmosphere. This is the surface. This is 1,000 feet in elevation, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 feet in elevation right there. So notice at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow, we have we call a low-level jet at about 3,000 to 4,000 feet in elevation. Right there, we have 70 to 80 knot winds. Wow. Okay, this little yellow line is what we call the mixing layer. Theoretically, anything under that yellow line could mix down to the ground, and notice there are some 40s and 50s up there just below the mixing layer. So I feel confident in saying that we're going to see wind gusts over 50 miles per hour, and I think we will see some scattered power outages with that scenario, especially along the coastline. Coastal areas will get the strongest wind out of this because the wind will be coming in off the ocean. Again, strongest winds probably starting to ramp up around 1 o'clock in the afternoon and starting to relax a little bit by probably around 6 o'clock in the evening. So strongest winds mainly during the afternoon. Here we go with wind tracker here. Notice that wind starting to pick up tomorrow morning. Still not too bad though. About 7 o'clock in the morning, 15, 17 mile per hour winds. These are sustained winds. We have an east-southeasterly wind at about 1 o'clock. Notice how they're starting to ramp up a little bit. Probably 20 to 30 miles per hour. These might be a little bit too high, but you get the general idea. Strongest winds around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The wind should be screaming coming in off the ocean for coastal Cumberland County, York County, heading up into the mid-coast here. And then those winds start to relax a little bit as we head into the evening hours. Now to the precip on this. I think we get into some light precip late tonight, probably between 1 o'clock in the morning and about 6 o'clock in the morning. We'll see a little bit of light snow, maybe some flurry activity, and maybe even a little bit of sleet or plain old rain at the coastline here. Whatever falls, it should be light, but it might be just enough to slicken up the roads for very early tomorrow morning. Now, as I take you through about 7 o'clock in the morning, notice how temps start to warm slightly above freezing. We have some rain falling along the immediate coast. You head inland, not that far, I expect there to be a little bit of a wintry mix hanging on. So interior York County, maybe even the Sebago Lake region, maybe back through Lewiston and Augusta, and Auburn, I should say, and Augusta and Waterville. Probably some slippery travel by 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, and it's snowing north and west of that. By lunchtime, the only areas left with snow will be over far northern areas. Coos County, northern Oxford, Franklin, Somerset County. Areas that got the 1, 2, 3 foot snowfall totals over the last several days, well, yeah, they're going to get more snow out of this one through the day tomorrow. For the rest of us, though, the strongest wind and the heaviest rain should be moving in the afternoon. Notice those brighter shades of yellows and oranges. That indicates some heavy rainfall. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Steadiest rain starts to move out tomorrow night. Saturday, we're left with, well, some improvement. I think we have more clouds than sun. I can't rule out a rain or snow shower that day. Cooler air will invade on Sunday. Sunday's going to be a windy day as well. We'll probably see gusts 30 to 40 miles per hour that day. Okay, as far as snowfall goes, let's take a look at that. A coating to as much as 2 for areas in blue here. I think it's more like a coating for a lot of these areas. We should see a rapid change over to rain. Even here at the immediate coastline, I wouldn't be surprised to see maybe even a half hour of maybe some sleet or even some snow. So we'll watch that for you during the very early morning hours. Areas that hold on to the snow the longest, and mainly over the higher elevations here. You get up in elevation, we're going to see more snowfall, probably 2 to 5 over central and northern parts of Coos County, actually Oxford County, Franklin County, and there's Coos County, even northern Carroll County, some of the higher elevations in the presidential range. There could be some 6+ in there, and also from Carrabassett Valley up north through Jackman, slightly higher amounts there as well. So tomorrow's going to be an ugly day. I'm not going to lie to you. It's going to be lousy. It's going to be wet. It's going to be windy. It's going to be stormy. Saturday, more clouds than sun. Can't rule out a rain or snow shower. Developing sun on Sunday. What you don't see in this map is the wind. Wind should be quite strong on Sunday as well, and temps will be cooling off. I don't anticipate any weather-related problems through the holiday, but again, it's Thursday of next week. It's somewhere around Thursday. That's our best chance for seeing some accumulating snow. I want to show you one of the forecast models here. These are graphics I typically wouldn't show during my evening weather forecast here, but it's the Weather Extra and we can do it, right? This right here is a forecast model that takes us out to, let's start this about 7 o'clock in the morning on Thursday. Now this is next week. This is 168 hours out. This is the GFS model, and I sort of like this model the best here. Notice how the low is tracking south of Long Island and moving south of Cape Cod and staying mainly in the Gulf of Maine at about 180 hours out. This takes us through Thursday night. With that sort of track, we could hold on to the cold air. Now, this is the European track here. This track takes the storm to the west of us, which would wrap in the warmer air, like tomorrow's storm system. It's pretty rare that I go against the European model, but with this sort of setup, I think that next Thursday we have a slightly better chance for seeing a track something like that, which would mean some snow in the area. So again, that's our best chance for seeing some accumulating snow on the ground at the coastline anyway. If you're looking for snow, head up to the mountains. There's 1, 2, 3 feet of snow in areas like Saddleback up at let's see, Sugarloaf, they're reporting 30-something inches of snow. Same up at Wildcat, they're reporting close to 2 feet of snow there. So skiing and snowboarding should be fantastic. So they'll get more snow out of this one moving in for tomorrow. That's the way things look tonight. I'll have another update coming up on News 13 at 11, and Tom's going to be in tomorrow with another update on Daybreak. Have a nice night, everyone.